Hi, I'm Rob Cram, and today we're taking a look at 11-Bit Studios' This War of Mine, The Little Ones. We've looked at the PC version previously, and now the game is on consoles. And I'm having to talk through this game because it's kind of it's not a self-explanatory kind of type of experience. So before I jump into sort of my game that I've been playing, I just want to go through some of the stuff that you can do when you first start playing. I'll go to the Write My Own Story section. So basically you get to choose up to 4 people in your starting home, where you've got to survive the horrors of war from the perspective of being a civilian. So there's no kind of soldier with machine guns that you go around killing people. It's a managerial type survival game where you've got a community of people that you've got to keep them alive through the harshness of war and the harshness of winter, which can happen during the game, as you can see here. So basically you've got these kind of template characters. These are just normal civilian people that had their predetermined roles before the war broke out. Now you can actually create a new kind of person based on these templates. Pharmacist, insurance agent, photographer. You don't get loads of choices, but you can sort of make male or female characters and then change their kind of appearance. So here you can just basically set up the length of time you want to play, 20 days minimum, 80 days maximum. Select the difficulty in terms of the intensity of the conflict. So low obviously is easy, and then high is pretty tough, and then moderate obviously in the middle. That's pretty self-explanatory. And then you've got things like the winter now. The winter sort of has a big impact on the game in that when it gets really cold, and we're talking extremely cold, this has an impact on your survivors. And, you know, if you're not keeping them warm, then illness can happen and other things that aren't very pleasant. So you can sort of tailor that to your liking. Now, during the game, you'll have to go out at night time to forage for supplies. That can be food or items that you can use to craft into other bits that are useful for your survivors. And you get to choose now from all of these locations, as it says here, a minimum of 12. And each one has got its own kind of connotations attached to it. So, for example, if you look at the hotel, you can set whether it's got bandits in there or a trader, or whether it's been if it's easy to be scavenged. You know, you've got these options available for each of these areas. Obviously making the game more difficult or slightly easier depending on what you choose. Obviously a trader is going to be a bit more easy to overcome than a bunch of bandits. So that's kind of like the basics of the kind of game here. So if I'm just going to continue my game that I've been playing, basically talk you through what I've been doing and the situation that my survivors are in. Now this is 12 days into the, I think, 40-day story that I've got going on here. I think it's 40 days that I set. And the Little Ones, which is slightly different to the PC version, includes children characters. So we've been raided at night time. So basically we've used ammo to chase them off, but they didn't steal anything because I built weapons and a pistol. But in the process, one of our characters has got a deep wound, so she needs healing. So you've got to bear in mind the stats of each character. So for example, Margaret has been out at night time. She's hungry, sad and tired, so she really needs to sleep and she needs to eat. So I'm just going to put her down here to sleep, and I switch back. Now Robert, he went out on an adventure to get some stuff. He started stealing off somebody. They caught him and then he got attacked. He was unarmed, and as a result he's now been seriously wounded. He's been bedridden for quite a few days now, trying to recover. So let's just feed Lydia. She needs to eat. She's very hungry and depressed. I'm not sure what I can do to raise her. Now Irina, who was on defense the previous night, she's very hungry and wounded. But I do need to get her fed.
Auntie.
I don't have time to sort of play with the child at the moment. She really needs to sort of fix her wounds. So we've got some bandages here. And she needs to be fed. So the key in this game is to leave them to almost the point of starvation before feeding them, to keep the food. Let's have a talk with the child, see if we can sort of cheer her up a bit. Just have a chat here. She really needs to sort of so she's sleeping, starving. She needs to be fed really. So we need to get her to go and bring him some food. If I didn't pay much attention to him, then possibly he could have just died, Robert, in bed there without me realising. So I need to go and feed him immediately. I'm giving him raw food. Should have cooked it first. Still starving. He really needs to eat more food. Robert's the main character. We don't want him to die. Let's get him cooking. And then put him back to bed. So it's a pretty dire situation here. It's not good having Robert, our main sort of character, who's just out bedridden. Right, Lydia's depressed. I mean, we've got things for her to play with, but because she's depressed, she's not going to want to do it. No, she doesn't want to play alone. And she's going to go and lie down because she's tired. So I mean, there's all manner of things we can do here. Like, as you saw, I crafted that food. If we go down to the next floor here, there's things I can create from my workbench. And then we can create weapons and stuff here. But you've got to have the parts. She really needs to go and rest. Because come nightfall, one of them's going to have to be on guard duty. Robert is just completely out of action, so he's got to stay in bed. We've got to first of all choose where we're going to go though first. Somewhere that is not inhabited. To be honest, I think everyone should stay at... I think it's a bit too dire for us to wander out at the moment. Day 13. Robert is feeling much better. Just have to keep an eye on him. Well, that's a stroke of luck. But he's still wounded and recovering, but he's very hungry. Well, at least Lydia is not depressed anymore. She's just sad and she's reading now. That's good. Let's see if we can get her playing. Right, that's an improvement. So it was a good decision not to go out in the night. We could have been attacked by raiders, which would have been pretty dire had we been attacked. So Robert needs to now be fed. See if I can feed him in bed. No, I think he's well enough to actually get up on his own now. He can actually run now, that's pretty good. So we'll give him some food. Let's get him going to the door. Someone's at the door. So he's requiring help. Well, Robert's not in any fit state to be helping anybody, so let's put him back to bed. And we'll send Margaret. Now this could be beneficial in some ways, but on the other hand, right, let's help. So she's gone off to help the neighbours. Well, the children can learn to craft items and help around, but without Irina there to help at the moment, she needs to recover. It's a bit difficult to do much. So let's see what she can do at the moment. I mean, she can make some roll-ups. She obviously can't smoke them. But she can make them, which we can use them to trade if someone comes. She's still sad though. She needs to play with somebody. Right, let's end the day now. Right, we do not have anyone able to go out at night. We have one man down. So Robert needs to sleep. And we'll keep Irina on guard duty. Right, it looks like Lydia is back. I mean, Margaret is back. That's good. She's very tired and hungry. So let's get her to bed. Irina needs to eat. Teach Lydia how to cook, which is useful. I think maybe tonight we should be able to go out and forage. We are running low on food supplies. Looks like there might be a trader at the door. Just wait until she's finished teaching. So we can start trading for some stuff now. We've got quite a bit of supplies. Well, he doesn't really have much food. Right, I think now we can send somebody out. Need food. So we'll head to the hotel. Okay, let's do it. So I've only got one gun, and I need that to defend the house. I could have taken it with me, which could have been useful. I really need to find some food. Didn't really come prepared here. Need some lockpicks. Have to dig through this rubble, which could take some time. If I'd built a spade, I could have got through that a lot quicker. But it looks like this might be a wasted journey, really. I'm not going to find much food here without some equipment first. Oh, there's just too many of these. I'm not going to have enough time. So that was a complete waste. Come home empty-handed. But there's buried away in that hotel. But I just need to get the right tools. It's a bit of a shame, but I didn't know that. So now that I know what I'm up against, a shovel is definitely required. And maybe a lockpick or crowbar. So Robert is now severely wounded again. It's too soon to have him. And Irina is now slightly sick as well. And wounded as well. hungry. So I think that gives you an idea of what you can expect from this game. You could take your chances with the outside world. You try and keep the camp surviving to the end of the war. But it's not easy. And obviously there's some difficulty in the decisions that you make and what impact that has. I should have never sent Robert out to steal. Well, the point is I should never have got caught. That's been a crucial impact on this particular playthrough. The fact that Robert has been out of action for days now, not been able to do anything, and to have one man down it's let down the whole kind of group, which is just not good. Our chances have diminished greatly because of that. I mean, I should have somebody building stuff during the daytime here, so we got more bargaining for trading, but Lydia is the only one who's got any kind of legs on her at the moment. Everyone else is just too far gone. Unfortunately, Lydia can't do all the things the adults can do, so right, and we've got no dressings for the wounds. Well, I'm going to leave it there. I think that's given you a good taster of what to expect from this war of mine. Obviously, you get well invested in your characters from the beginning of the game as you see it through. I mean, I'm only through day 15. But things probably are going to take a turn for the worst. As you can see, there's limited food now. Need bandages for Robert. And, yep, she's worried about Robert, so am I. And it's not looking good. So hopefully someone will come to the door with some bandages. If not, I'm going to have to go and forage for them at night time. Otherwise, Robert might die. And on that note, I'm going to leave it there. Okay, this is This War of Mine. I'm Rob Cram. Thanks for watching.